if the starting lineup has sucked and is continuing to suck, then how come the Kings have rattled off 7 straight wins? Well, it's quite simple, my friend. That starting lineup hasn't played much together. Out of the 8 games, the Kings have a 7-1 record on the Doug Christie. Out of those 8 games, that starting lineup of De'Aaron Fox, Malik Monk, DeMar DeRozan, Keegan Murray, and Domantas Sabonis has only played in 3 games, and they are 2-1 in those games. And in those 3 games, that first one was a loss against the Lakers. That was the first game Doug Christie was coaching, which I'm willing to cut him some slack, given that it was his first game as a head coach. And while sure you may argue that he was an assistant, he was already in the bench, he's already seen the strategies. It's one thing to be an assistant, it's one thing to be a head coach. So I'm willing to cut him some slack and say they were 2-0. I am willing to give them that. They are 2-0 with the starting lineup under Doug Christie. But those 2 games were the last game at Chicago against a Bulls team, which one, the Bulls are average at best, and 2, it was only a 5-point win. And then the other game before that was against the Dallas Mavericks, who in that game were playing without Kyrie Irving nor Luka Doncic and were in the midst of a massive losing streak because they were playing without their 2 main stars. And you look at the data, again, this is NBA.com data filtered from December 28th, which is the date that Doug Christie took over, up until yesterday, January 13th. You look at the lineup data for the Sacramento Kings, their most used lineup, this is sorted by minutes, this is filtered by minutes, I should say. Their most used lineup, DeRozan, Sabonis, Monk, Keegan Murray, and Keon Ellis, because De'Aaron Fox has been hurt for a lot of this stretch. Again, missed 5 games in a row because of an injury. Keon Ellis stepped into the starting lineup. You look at the offensive rating, not much higher than their average for the season, but the defensive rating improved like 20 points, and that cost that lineup to have a net rating of 22. And you look at the usual starting lineup of DeRozan, Sabonis, Fox, Monk, and Murray, second on this list, and it has a net rating of negative 17.2.